Are you aware that the Bible advocates treachery and deceit? Hold on, not so fast. Let's talk about this. Hello, I'm Methodist Dave. I'm a professional theologian and Bible teacher. And today I want to share with you a story from the Old Testament about Jacob and Esau. Now, we've already heard about Isaac and his wife Rebekah, that the servant of Abraham went and found a bride for Isaac and brought her back. It's a long time, over 20 years, before she has a child. And after 20 years, Isaac prays for her, and God intercedes and opens her womb. The scripture tells us that she's allowed to get pregnant. So she would probably be in her 30s at this point in time. Well, while she's pregnant, there's quite a bit of commotion going on in her womb. And she asks God, what's going on here? And God gives her a message that there are two nations at war in her stomach. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a baby kicking a pregnant woman from the inside out. It's pretty much like Alien to watch this giant lump form on their stomach and move from one side to the other. And that's the baby stretching and moving around. Well, Rebekah has twins, and they're fighting with each other inside the womb. And that fight goes on until the very birth of the children. Now, the first child comes out is named Esau because he's red, and he's really red, and also he's hairy. My one grandson was a very furry baby. Sometimes babies will be born very hairy, but his skin was particularly red. It was particularly dark. The second one was born. He came out and he had his hand on his brother's heel. So he followed immediately after the brothers. Sometimes when twins, there's a little bit of time between the babies, but Jacob follows holding on to Esau's heel. So he's named Jacob, heel catcher. Well, the two boys grow up, and Isaac does something, and Isaac and Rebekah do something that a lot of parents do. It's not a good idea, but they favor one child over the other. Now, even though they're twins, Jacob and Esau are different. Esau grows up to be an NRA guy. He's NASCAR, pickup truck, with the big four-wheel drive pickup truck. He loves to go hunting and fishing, and he's, it says, a man of the fields. Jacob's kind of like, he likes to watch Martha Stewart. He would probably like the Meghan Markle show. Jacob's kind of a homebody, mama's boy, helping out around the house, or maybe not so much that as just like, my brother's out working, I'll just stay at home. So he might be the couch monkey or couch potato, whatever you want to call that child that doesn't do anything, just sits at home all the time. As they grow up, Esau is out on a hunting mission. Now, he is the oldest brother. By seconds, he's the oldest brother. He is the one who will gain the inheritance. He is the one who will gain the blessing. And that's very important in this culture. In a lot of cultures, the oldest child is the one that gets the bulk of the family estate. They will receive the title. Under nobility, it's the oldest son gets to be the king. And Esau is on track to be the one to take over the family property. And Jacob, even though he's seconds behind, he knows he's not going to win. So Esau goes hunting, and Jacob is kicking around the camp, and he mixes up a lentil soup. He's making chili. And I guess because he watched a lot of Martha Stewart. And Jacob makes this lunch, and Esau comes home from hunting, and like any dude, he's overly dramatic. And he comes in, he sits down, like, oh, I'm starving. starving. I'm going to die at any second. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And of course, like a regular brother, Jacob's like, that's a shame. And he looks at us like, what do you got? Lentil stew. Give me some. It's mine. Make your own. If I don't eat, I'm going to die. What good is it? So Jacob says, I'll trade you your birthright, the preeminence in the inheritance blessing. I'll trade that for a bowl of soup. I'll be the one to receive the inheritance. I'll be the one to receive the blessing. And Esau's like, what good is a blessing if I die before them? Like you can't wait 20 minutes for a bowl of ramen, or mom to make you something, or one of the other servants at the camp to make you something. There's probably some fruit, some bread laying around. But Esau's a man who is completely ruled by carnal desire. And we've met a lot of people like that. So I'll trade you your birthright for a bowl of soup. And Esau, without thinking, says, deal. So Esau gave up his inheritance for a bowl of soup. A lot of people today give up a lot more than that for a bottle, or a hit from a crack pipe, or an injection in their veins. They're willing to give up everything for these. How long are we going our time? It's a shame. It's truly a shame. But Jacob's fixed it. Well, let's jump ahead a few more years. And Isaac is sick. And this is where Esau gets his drama from. I'm sick. I'm dying. I want to bestow the blessing on you, Esau. But before I bestow the blessing upon you, you know how I like my venison. I want you to go get me some venison and cook it up for me, and we'll have barbecue and ribs, and then I'll give you the blessing. Well, he goes off on a hunting trip. Rebecca has overheard this. Now remember, Jacob's a mama's boy. She's his favorite. Esau is Isaac's favorite. Jacob is Rebecca's favorite. And she says, your dad can't taste the difference between deer and lamb. I know how he likes it. I know the spices and seasoning. So she takes a lamb and she fixes it up just how Isaac likes it. Probably with a lot of cayenne peppers and a lot of tomato sauce and chili and whatever other seasonings that she puts in there. You can't taste what the meat is. You can't taste the meat for the seasoning. And she puts these skins on Jacob. Now Isaac at this time is blind. He's lost his sight. So Jacob comes into the tent, and Isaac's like, Esau, you're back early. And Jacob says, well, Dad, I had some good success, I really found the right deer, and tries to sound like his brother. Isaac is suspicious. Come here, my son. Now, Jacob is wearing Esau's clothes, so he smells like Esau. And he's wearing these skins on his neck and on his arms. And he's like, come here, son. And he grabs Jacob and pulls him towards him. He smells him, and he feels his arms, and he feels the back of his neck, and he feels the animal skins. How hairy was Esau? How hairy was this dude? Was he like a gorilla? I have met some really hairy people, but I mean really. Well, the voice sounds like Jacob, but you smell like Esau and you feel like Esau, and he starts eating. It's like, oh, Esau's cooking. So he eats the food, and then he lays his hand on Jacob. I give you this blessing. You will be in charge, that you will have God's favor all of your life. And then Jacob leaves. And then Esau shows up. Hey, Dad, took a while, but I got it. And Isaac's like, Esau? And then it dawns on him what happens. Your brother was here pretending to be you, and I gave him the blessing. At this, Esau loses it. Please bless me. Please give me the blessing. And Isaac's like, I've already given the blessing to Jacob. I can't take it back. Well, Esau, as you can imagine, is ready to kill his brother. Was Jacob justified in stealing the birthright from his brother? No, he was not. Here's another instance of when we circumvent God's plan. See, when Abraham did this, we wound up with Hagar, who brought us Ishmael, which gives us the Arab-Israeli conflict. That's what happened because of Abraham helping God out. Now Rebekah and Jacob are helping God out, and they deceived Isaac. Rebekah deceived her husband. Jacob deceived his father. And if you thought the brothers were angry with each other and fought before, Esau would like to kill his brother. But that's a story for another day. If you've got a question about this subject or any other subject, feel free to drop me an email at methodistdave@gmail.com, and I will do my best to answer your question. For those of you who have been following the saga of the eye, I am tomorrow picking up my glasses. This week, the doctor took a look at my eye and is very pleased with the progress. And the other eye is healing nicely. So I will have my glasses for the next time, and I will be able to see clearly again. Appreciate the little things in your life. You never know when they're gone. You have a lovely day. Take care of yourself and be good to one another. Bye-bye.